In the changing room, one of local soccer hero, Golden Leg's, teammates is trying to bribe Golden Leg to lose the match. Golden Leg takes the bribe. On the pitch, Golden Leg needs to score a penalty to save the game at a tie. He shanks the ball over the bar. The crowd are not happy and invade the pitch and attack Golden Leg, breaking his leg with baseball bats. Tough crowd. The player that tried to bribe him starts smiling and is now seen to be the coach of a team today. He says he was always better than Feng, Golden Leg, and his team, Team Evil, will win the Super Cup for the 6th time. Golden Leg meets Hung at the club and asks to coach a team. Hung laughs at him and calls him a joke. Feng complains that he gave him a bad check 20 years ago at the game. Hung, dickishly, tells him he paid the mob to break his leg too. Feng is walking in town drinking and looks up at a game on TV. He hears someone say they are not very skilled. It is a man practicing kung fu. He says he is a janitor but is looking to promote Shaolin kung fu. His card reads, Authentic Shaolin School, Mighty Steel Leg. He explains that kung fu is a way of life. Feng gets angry and throws his tin can at the man and the man kicks it into the sky. Feng thinks it's a trick and they part ways. The man looks at some new shoes and gets moved along. As he is walking, a man asks him to help move a fridge, which he easily moves with a steel leg kung fu move. He then sells the tin cans he has collected. He goes to buy some steamed buns and sees a young girl masterfully making the buns. He says she is using Tai Chi Kung Fu. He eats one of the delicious buns but does not have enough money to pay. He says he will leave his shoes as payment. He keeps singing to her but she tells him to stop. A bypasser called Dynamite says he also likes to sing and starts singing. Another man watching says to himself that his dream is to be a choreographer and breaks into dance, looking like some raver from the 90s. Then many onlookers get the fire in their eyes and they break into a dance routine. Their grooving is infectious and the bun girl starts to move with the music. She is just about to get down when the boss comes out and shouts at them all, putting an end to all the fun. What a spoil sport. The man runs off and the girl puts his shoes in the bin. The man goes to meet his oldest brother, who is hungover. He says that they can promote kung fu with singing. The brother says to get a job and give up on his dreams. The man asks his brother if he gave up on Iron Head, to which his brother says he practices every day. Brother's boss comes along and tells him off for not ordering a band for the evening. The brother quickly says they can perform as a kung fu band. The boss says he will kill him if he does not perform well. What could go wrong? Mighty Steel Leg and Iron Head start singing about Shaolin Kung Fu and how great it is. After a short amount of their awful singing, the boss throws a bottle in the face of Mighty Steel Leg. Then some audience members start attacking Steel Leg's head and Iron Head's legs. It is a disaster and Mighty Steel Leg calls the show off. Bye-bye! Feng is relieving himself against a wall and looks over to see the beer can that Mighty Steel Leg kicked earlier. It is embedded into a brick wall. He pulls the can from the wall and the wall disintegrates in front of him, revealing Mighty Steel Leg being confronted by the gang that attacked him at the club. Steel Leg says he promised his master he would not fight. The men attack Mighty Steel Leg but he shows them what it means to be called Mighty Steel Leg. They say he said he would not fight but Steel Leg says, I am not here to fight, I'm here to play soccer. He then proceeds to attack the gang with a soccer ball, beating them all into submission. Feng is watching on, awestruck by the display. After the fight, Feng asked to see his leg. He says it seems normal but Mighty Steel Leg says it is a Shaolin Mighty Steel Leg, adding, it is patented. Feng says he could use his kung fu to play soccer and he will help him. Mighty Steel Leg is keen and asks where to start. You need shoes first. Mighty Leg goes back for his shoes. The girl fixed them up for him. Mighty Steel Leg goes back to the nightclub to see his brother. He tells him about promoting Shaolin through soccer, but Iron Head says that he got him in trouble, and he has been demoted to cleaning the toilets, saying if he humiliates him again his family would commit suicide in front of Steel Leg. He begs him not to come there again and asks him to go to the other brothers instead. Feng and Steel Leg go visit the fourth brother, Lightning Hands. His empty hand technique would be perfect for goalie and they need him because they are entering the Super Cup tournament for the $1 million prize. Lightning Hands is in. Next they go visit third brother, Iron Shirt. He is making out he is a big businessman, but his driver has the day off, and says he is living in the 21st century, adding they should forget Kung Fu, like he has forgotten Iron Shirt. He says the probability of winning the Super Cup is the same as a flipped coin landing on its side. He drops the coin but when he retrieves it, it is on its side. Feng and Mighty Leg have left to go see sixth small brother, Weight Vest, at his work. Feng thinks he is called lead weight not lightweight. Mighty Leg suggests he can use his lightweight as winger. He says he can't lose weight since a virus got in his brain and cannot run anymore. Mighty Leg says it is not important and he believes in him. A customer calls him Lazy Pig and tells him to get some toilet roll down. Feng and Mighty Leg go to see second brother, Hooking Leg, who is washing dishes, thinking he will make a good fullback. Second brother does not have much confidence. He complains that while others enjoyed their youths he was busy learning Shaolin only to become a dishwasher. Steel Leg says, you should try to enjoy life. Second brother says, enjoy life. Stay here, and I'll enjoy killing you. Meanwhile, first brother, Iron Head, is getting more abuse from his boss and wistfully looks at a photo of the brothers, all over the city. The brothers are looking at the photo of the brothers. Feng and Iron Leg are back at his penthouse sleeping place. They go to the roof where Feng says that the brothers are not coming. Iron Leg says he was not persuasive enough. As Feng is telling him he managed to convince him. The brothers all arrive and join hands. We got a kung fu team. The team show up for their first training session. Mighty Leg kicks the ball miles in the air, and when it eventually comes back down, they play like rank amateurs. The coach starts giving them drills, which they try. Mighty Leg has to kick eggs without breaking them to learn control. He then has to kick the ball at a target on a wall. As the rest of the team get on with their training, the coach starts noticing his water shaking. It turns out, it is shockwaves from Mighty Leg kicking the ball against the wall. The team are impressed. It is time for their first game. It's a 30-minute game against some of the gang members that Mighty Leg fought with earlier. Feng asks for a clean game and the leader agrees as a wrench falls from his shorts. He makes an excuse about being a mechanic as a hammer also falls out. Feng knows their team's reputation. The game starts. The play is weird, but eventually Steel Leg has got the ball and is about to take a shot when the other team get rough with him. Now that doesn't seem right. While it is looking bad for Steel Leg, the rest of the team are not doing any better, getting beaten and attacked with fists, feet and weapons. It is not looking good for the boys. Steel Leg starts suffering from war flashbacks until Feng tells him to get up and then, oddly, red cards him. Steel Leg says he wants to play soccer, not fight a war, and Feng tells him that soccer is war. First brother waves the white flag to surrender. The team leader says he can see the doctor once he puts his underwear on his head. Which he does, while getting laughed at by the opposition team. All of a sudden the sky changes and Steel Leg says that he can feel that their powers are back. They are back on form and each one of them is holding their specialist pose. It does not take long for the other team to start attacking them, but this time it is Team Shaolin Kung Fu that has the upper hand. They win the game in a spectacular fashion and scare the other team into submission. The brothers thank Steel Leg for getting them their Kung Fu back. Steel Leg thanks them, and Feng thanks them all. Some of the other team apologize and ask if they can join their team. Everyone seems to be happy. Team Evil are training underwater in a pool and Hung is happy with their progress. Hung receives a phone call from his staff telling him Feng and the team are at the club. Feng is trying to sign the team up for the Super Cup, but he is being blocked by the staff. Hung arrives and tells Feng he is the chairman and he decides who plays. Feng introduces the team to Hung, but Hung just laughs at the team. He says the team can join and he will even pay the application fees for them. He tries to shame Feng by getting him to clean his shoe, but the whole team grab his shoe to clean it and run off with it, leaving Hung without a shoe. They arrive at the first game of the tournament. The opposition captain laughs at some of the Shaolin team members. But before he knows it, Team Shaolin have scored and are celebrating. He has no idea what happened, and Team Shaolin score again. They try again, but Steel Leg is there to take the ball and score once more. Then they score again, and again. In more spectacular fashion each time, the opposition is getting destroyed. Coach Hung gets a call telling him the score is 40-0. In the next match, it is the same story. The Shaolin boys have an easy win with plenty of goals. It's the same story in the next game. Team Shaolin are on a roll. Steel Leg says hi to Mui the steam bun girl. Mui makes her way to a beauty salon to get a makeover and is met by an interesting, nose-picking, salon worker, with odd standards of hygiene. The team gets some sponsorship and are given new shoes. They go to the bun shop to get rid of their old shoes and celebrate. Mui shows up with the biggest shoulder pads this side of the Great Wall of China. Steel Leg likes her makeover despite being a bit over the top. He introduces her to the team as the Tai Chi master he told them about. Mui shows that she has a great sense of humor. Steel Leg and Mui talk about how much they like being friends. Back to the soccer, now the semi-finals. Team Shaolin are playing against a team with two mustache forwards. The mustache players have their own kung fu skills and it is not looking good for the boys. But Lightning Hands does his best Bruce Lee impersonation and bats away every shot at goal and scores by throwing the ball over the opposite goalie, and with that get through to the finals. Team Shaolin win. Hung invites Feng to the golf course. Hung gives Feng a check and asks him to forfeit the game and join Evil Team, saying that the check is good this time. Hung says don't be mad with me, but Feng says he is not mad and knows it was all his fault. Hung tells him he is greedy and to take the money, but Feng says that his team is greedy for the championship. They have made their way to the finals. The stadium is packed. Now they get to play Evil Team for the Super Cup. Hung is sitting in the stand saying that they will not lose. Scoring goals is not the only way to win. The game begins and Shaolin Team get into goal scoring position. Steel Leg takes a huge kick that is easily stopped by the evil goalie. The goalie gives him the ball back and invites him to shoot again. He takes a great shot at the top corner, but the goalie's hand is inexplicably there. The goalie gives him another shot. Once again the goalie easily catches the ball. Golden Leg can't believe his eyes. Hung laughs and says the American drugs work better than he expected. The players have been injected with a purple-looking liquid. He goes on to say that all the officials are on his side. There is no way he can lose. Lightning Hands is now tested in goal and he is tested to his limits. The first shot knocks him back and leaves his hand bleeding. The next shot is far more powerful and takes Lightning Hands down before the evil player sets up the ball and kicks it in Lightning Hands' face, which fires him through the goal and takes him out of the game. Iron Head then meets his match against his opposite team player. They go for the ball together, which puts him on his back. They then clash heads and he is down again. Now Lightweight meets his match and gets slammed into the ground. It's not looking good for the team. It is finally halftime. Hung is hoping that the team will be too injured to come back on the pitch. In the changing room it is looking desperate and the players are looking badly injured. One of the players is trying to make excuses to go home to his wife. Mighty Leg and Feng say that they need to pull together and they can fight back. Second brother thinks that he has a good idea to block their shots. Back on the pitch they use the Shaolin barricade shield. It fails miserably. Second brother goes into goal. He calls his wife to tell he loves her. The evil team blitz second brother with many shots until finally second brother activates Iron Vest. He fires the ball into the evil team members who get knocked over. Both Hung and Golden Leg can't believe it. The team counter-attack down the pitch and Mighty Leg shoots and almost scores, but the goalie hits the post to deflect the ball. The evil team then try to break Mighty Steel Leg's leg. Mighty Leg is in a bad way. Hung shouts at the team to use the special attack. They kick the ball at second brother with so much spin, it tears the clothes from him. Second brother is down and stretchered off the pitch. Team Shaolin are down to 7 players and if they don't have a substitute they will have to forfeit the game. It's looking bleak now. Hung is already celebrating. Mui suddenly shows up with a bald head and says she is going to be the goalie substitute. She gives Mighty Leg his old shoes that she fixed and makes her way to the goal. Once she is in goal she realizes she is at the wrong end of the pitch. Once the game starts the evil team make their most powerful attack so far, aimed at Mui. Mui is easily able to handle the ball using her Tai Chi Kung Fu. She balances the ball on her finger and gives it more and more spin. She passes the ball to Mighty Steel Leg and he makes contact with it sending it shooting down the pitch, where it rips the clothes from the goalie and goes into the goal. Hung is so agitated, his assistant tries to stop him from falling, but he pushes the assistant and falls down the stairs. Fair dues, the soccer pitch is filled with debris and carnage. But never mind because the Shaolin team have won the Super Cup and are celebrating their win over the evil team. Evil team is given a permanent ban for drug use and Hung is sentenced to 5 years in prison. Thanks to the Super Cup win by the Shaolin team, Shaolin Kung Fu has become popular and many people are now skilled in Kung Fu. Mighty Leg has honored his master. Thanks very much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I highly recommend Shaolin Soccer as it is a great movie that is lots of fun and will make you laugh. Don't forget to subscribe for more movie synopses.